Hey, Mr. Wade, it's your student, Matt Mooneyham. The topic that you assigned me was religion. And for the question for that topic, the one I picked is, should religion have a place in politics? So I'm going to be the affirmative on this. I'm going to go with yes, and I'm going to try to keep this, despite my long-winded nature, under 2 minutes. All right, so here we go. Yes, religion should be allowed in politics, and I'm going to basically lay out two reasons why I think it should. Two strong reasons. Number one, religion, religious belief, whether you be a Hindu, a Buddhist, a Christian, a Muslim, a Jewish, that counts as a legitimate form of identity expression. The same way race or sexual orientation, LGBTQ, or socioeconomic status even counts as a legitimate form of identity. And where there are people, a group of people that have a specific identity, those people have the right, historically, throughout the history of our country, to have a voice in government, to have a voice in legislation. And that counts also, yeah, as influencing legislation, as influencing the decisions that are made within that government, within the country. The NAACP, LGBTQ organizations, and all the like give people of a certain identity a voice in legislation, because that's a legitimate identity. Even if it's, people might say, well, LGBTQ is not a chosen identity, neither is your race, of course. Religion, that's more of a chosen identity, and that should be kept private. Well, let's flip the script. You're no longer a religious group, but you are a non-religious group who is fighting against religious input into legislation or into your community. Well, that's a chosen form of expression. That's a chosen form of identity expression, and those people deserve to have a voice. So if you're atheist, agnostic, skeptic, anything of the like, those people deserve to have groups and representatives speak for them, even though it's a chosen identity. And then number two, I'm going to say impact. Legislation has an impact on religion and on religious institutions. And where there's impact, there needs to be influence, or at least the right to have influence. I always say that a government run by the church is not good, and the same way a church run by the government is not good either, because the government can interfere on your teachings of certain doctrines, on your ability to practice worship rituals. It can interfere just in your ability, let's say, tax-exempt status. If those decisions are going to be made, the people who are a part of those religious bodies deserve to have groups and representatives and a voice in those decision-making processes. Doesn't matter if it swings one way or the other, they at least have the right to talk it out. Anything else is almost a dictatorship. It's completely authoritarian. It's shut your mouth, don't talk, we're going to do what we think is best for you. And that's not right on either side of the equation. It's not right for the church to do that to the state. The same way it's not right for the state to do that to the church. That's where people get the separation of church and state wrong. Everyone wants to talk about separation of church and state when it comes to church influencing reproductive rights or LGBTQ rights. But we sometimes forget that separation of church and state also counts the other way around when the government is directly trying to influence the church. That's all I got for you. I know I went a little longer, but thanks. Bye.